Who can stop Arsenal winning the Premier League this season? A hard-fought 1-0 win over Crystal Palace has taken them 4 points clear at the top, but they are 6 ahead of Manchester City and have a 7-point advantage over Liverpool. Gary Neville says it's got to be their year. While Arsenal took the lead towards the end of the first half via their usual route, a set piece, it broke to a man who left for Palace for Arsenal in the summer, Eberechi Eze.
His first Premier League goal for Arsenal, and it comes against Crystal Palace.
And it comes via yet another set piece. Not about that for improvisation.
Great finish. Arsenal nearly added to their lead early in the second half. Gabriel hit the bar with this header before Declan Rice was denied by Dean Henderson. And the chances kept coming. Gabriel turning provider this time. He played the ball over the top for Trossard. He poked the ball across goal, but Mark Gahey got there ahead of Saka to clear the danger. Arsenal set pieces continued to cause Palace problems. Gabriel in the thick of it again. The ball squirmed wide as he crashed into the post. He was OK to continue and helped see Arsenal over the line. Mikel Arteta very happy with the win. 6 consecutive wins in all competitions for his side. They look like the team to beat in the Premier League right now.
We are where we are. It's credit to us because we've been very, very consistent, but knowing the difficulty of every match as well. So it is early, doesn't mean anything other than let's keep doing a lot of things that we're doing really well. I think a really positive weekend for us, especially because we did what we had to do, and then it shows you the difficulty of the league and how complicated it is to win games.
We've nearly done our time, but we can't not mention Arsenal, of course. If I was an Arsenal fan, given everything that's going on beneath them, I wouldn't be able to control the thought that, come on, this year. I mean, they now have a little bit of a cushion, and they seem to be the one who week on week are doing it. 1-0 again, that does it. What are you thinking?
No, Peter, you're absolutely right. I said it earlier on in the week on a podcast. I said that this has got to be them, hasn't it? This has got to be their year. Now, a few Arsenal fans I see said that basically that's just me applying pressure to them. It's not applying pressure to them. I've actually had Arsenal to win the league the last 3 years. This is the 4th on the bounce that I've had them to win the league. But they're not necessarily miles better than last year, but they're repeating their levels of consistency. And that's all they're going to have to do this year to win the league. They're not going to have to go and get 100 points. They're not going to have to go and get probably even 90, 95 points to win the league. I just think they're going to have to basically get to the levels that they can achieve. Mid-80s, high 80s will win them this title. And they can do that. The words I mentioned before about the other teams, inconsistent, unreliable, that's not this Arsenal team. They're very reliable. You can trust them. The way in which they defend is fantastic. They're all around each other. They don't concede goals. They've got a threat up front in multiple areas. They've not got a sensational centre forward, but they've got a battering ram up there who's honest as a day is long, and that I think can work for them. But they've got Eze, they've got Saka, they've got Madueke, obviously, who's not in at the moment, Martinelli, Trossard. They've got lots of players who can contribute goals. They've got Rice, who can obviously deliver in set pieces. They've got 4 fantastic fullbacks and 3 excellent centre-backs, and Mosquera's come on again today, and they've not seen a drop in performance. So there are a lot of very good things going for Arsenal. It's about making sure now they don't get carried away. It's about making sure they just keep doing the same things. They don't need to do anything spectacular here. Just keep doing your jobs. Keep doing what you do, and you will win this league. It's yours to win. And that's not, I'm not saying it's yours to lose. That would be applied pressure. It's yours to win. This is your title, Arsenal. And I've never really felt that sure before. And it's so early in the season. It's madness for someone with the experience that I've got of winning titles to say that it's yours to win at this stage. But it really is. Honestly, and that's not being overconfident for them. It's not placing undue pressure on them. They must feel it themselves. The Arsenal fans must feel it. They must know that this is the moment that Arsenal can get back on top. And it's an incredibly huge football club who can only ever, in my opinion, measure themselves by winning a Premier League title. This idea for 20 years that we've seen, they've got in the Champions League, and that acceptance of what I would class as failure for a top club. This is a moment for Mikel Arteta, for these players, for Arsenal to sort of represent themselves as being the best in the country. and the chance and the opportunity is there for them. They've got to go and take it.
Right, we've got another hour with Charlie Austin. Who stops Arsenal winning the league?
Arsenal.
What does that mean? Because a lot of people are saying that.
I think it's their themselves, because at the moment they are the only ones consistently performing at a level. They're not recreating football and we're looking at it, oh my God, free-flowing football, brilliant. But they're doing enough to win week in, week out. And we see that yesterday. And we talk about how they're over-reliant on set piece, etc. Yeah, their goals come. But it's a second phase. It's not directly from the set piece. The ball comes in. It's not first contact that goes in. The ball, Gabriel's trying to make contact with the ball. It comes back to Eze and he strikes it in. So it's not a direct from that set piece. So it's way you want to see it, look it up. When does a set piece kind of move out of the way? Because the ball come in, we know about Declan Rice delivery into the box. Fantastic. When the ball comes back, they're just there first to react.
Well, it was another clean sheet. All right, so we talk about set piece. We also need to talk about their defence. They've only conceded 3 goals. The record is 15 from Jose Mourinho's Chelsea 20 years ago. Well, in fact, 21 it'll be by the end of the season. It was 2004, 2005. Can Arsenal beat that record?
When you even think about that, right? When you think about 15 goals going in, it's actually quite phenomenal, scary.
38 games, that's incredible.
Incredible. But now you're looking at an Arsenal. The thing is, Arsenal just don't look like they're going to concede. They look so solid all the way across their back four. David Raya in goals, arguably, could potentially be one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Yes, it's easy to say about Alisson when he's fit and Donnarumma, etc. But David Raya knows right in the hat up there. It's phenomenal. I just feel like overall, Arsenal have got everything, every position covered, ×2. So if someone's injured, someone can come in. I just feel like collectively now, they're on the right path to the number 1 spot.
Well, loads of people are getting in touch. We've had this voice note from Terry.
Tell from Clerkenwell. Gabriel's a good player, a very, very good player. And these last 18 months is excelled for us, I think he's a really important player for us. And if he was to get injured, I think we would really, really suffer for it. Saliba, I don't know what's going on with him this season. He's just, I don't know, he just looks broken down. I just hope we don't lose either of them because I think that would cost us dearly.
Thank you, Eltel. Your response to that?
They've got Mascara that comes in. When one's injured, he does a fantastic job that comes in there as well.
In Capier, who's been injured.
That's what I mean. But it just, do you know what? You look at it though, and as much as Eltel says that he's worried if one of them gets injured, Mikel Arteta's created a squad. So when one does get injured, someone can come in and replace him. And because at the moment, as a team, nobody's really dropping off.
Well, we're asking Gabriel, the best player in the Premier League right now. What do you think?
Listen, he's right up there, and I can understand why, because he's
you can see the 3 that we've chosen, because it's on form so far this season.
But everyone,
Haaland, Semenyo and Gabriel.
I can see that, right? At the moment, it's a rock of Arsenal's defence. But as football fans and football people that watch, you always get drawn to the person who puts the ball in the net. And that's why
he's been doing that, though.
Yeah, but that's why Haaland's at the top. And that's why, because of his goal-scoring form. But Gabriel has been the rock for Arsenal's back four.
I was surprised that it's him rather than Saliba that's being for that poll, because for the last couple of seasons, everyone said Saliba's their best defender.
But that's why I think everyone... That's where people say, are you surprised? No, because Gabriel's there. He's the one that fits them all in. Is he the one that makes Saliba look better? That's the question. That's the question. Does he make Saliba look better? Or does he make Saliba perform? Listen, I think the biggest thing is he's just signed a new deal, hasn't he, Saliba, till 2029. And for them to build their partnership, and arguably, if Arsenal have got to win something, but them two could be arguably be in the hat for the 2 strongest centre-half pairings in the Premier League.
Is there one concern, though? Right? Lack of goals from open play. Right? Only 3 teams have scored fewer goals in open play. They've only got 5 so far, OK? So they're actually 14th equal, but only 3 clubs have scored fewer, if you know what I mean. And they're top of the league. So you'd kind of think of that stat wouldn't be for the team top of the league. Is that a major concern if opposition clubs finally work out how to deal with the set pieces, that Arsenal might struggle?
I think the concern is for the others that they haven't found a solution to stop it, and maybe they've just found a weakness in every team they've come up against at the moment. So yeah, of course they'd probably like to score more goals in play, but I go back to it, Tom. What's a set piece? The goal at the weekend, ball comes in, it was not first contact. So when does that kind of set piece come out of it? Because I would say it's not really from a set piece at the weekend.
See, I would class that as a set. I mean, if it's
Why
if it's
though?
clear,
It's not first contact.
if it's clear to the halfway line, it's still part of the second balls and stuff is still part of it, isn't it?
They just
It's
reacted
different
first.
if it's clear.
That's what I mean. But for me, I just think ball come down to as they reacted first as a goal 1-0. I think sometimes you overanalyse it and overlook it. Ultimately, Arsenal are finding a way to continue to win, whether they perform top 100% or they don't. They'll win. So as much as you talk about, that's plan A, etc., they're finding ways to win games of football. And if that's from set pieces, corners, free kicks, long throws, whatever it is, they've got a group of players there that want to put the ball in the back of the net from set pieces. We see a lot of people that don't want to and don't want to attack the ball. Arsenal have got that in abundance.
I always say to people, if you've got a problem with Arsenal scoring from set pieces and you don't like it, well, figure out a way to defend against it then. Rather than conceding every week, every time Arsenal have a set piece, they're causing you all sorts of problems. If it's that basic and it's that simple and it's easy to stop, then do it. And nobody's been able to at the moment.
Harry, right now, who is the best player in the Premier League?
Based on the options that you presented, I'm going to pick Gabriel for sure. Mikel Arteta said on Friday that he wants his centre halves to be decisive in both boxes, and I don't think there's anyone more decisive in both boxes right now than Gabriel, whether it's goals, whether it's heading the ball back across the face of goal, which he's done on a few occasions this season to team others. We saw the flick on for Trossard. We saw the assist that he got against Atletico Madrid the other night by doing something similar. So for me, he's just having a real impact at both ends of the pitch, and there is not a centre-half in world football right now that I would swap him for. I know there'll be people watching this or listening to this and saying, what about Virgil van Dijk and all the rest of it? I'm talking about current form. Gabriel is performing at an incredible level. And as far as centre-halves go, for me, no one's near him at the minute.
But Harry, he's doing everything you expect from a centre-half. Or like you would say, people, what about Virgil? At this precise moment, in both boxes, he is doing what you want from your main centre-half. I did say earlier, and you see Arsenal every week, I think at times he makes Saliba better. And it's easier to pass over Gabriel because Saliba's a younger one and just signed a new deal. But for me, maybe he's the pivotal one.
He better one over the course of last season, and he's been the better one at the start of this season again. And that's not to diminish Saliba's level because Gabriel's just been outstanding. But the thing that I always feel people don't notice with Gabriel is that we've seen for a couple of seasons, for longer than that, 3-4 seasons, Arsenal's tendency to use their left back in a variety of ways, whether that's having them going up the pitch, coming inside, joining in with the midfield. And what people don't realise is that Arsenal are able to do that because Gabriel can cover big spaces. It's always Gabriel that has to go out and fill in the space that's left by the left back. It's nobody else. So not only does he play as a centre-half, he plays like a makeshift left back at times as well. And to have that athleticism and standing of the game to be able to do both of those things simultaneously, even against some of the world's best teams, that goes under the radar for me. He's a top centre-half.
If anyone's going to stop you winning the Premier League, who will it be?
Well, I know everybody keeps saying Arsenal. I feel like Arsenal are rightly the favourites, and I understand why they're the favourites, and they should be the favourites based on the way things are looking right now. But I'm not writing off the other two. I'm sorry. You can say I'm sitting on the fence or whatever. That's not what I'm doing. I'm being realistic and I'm respecting the level that those two teams, Liverpool and Man City, for me, are capable of hitting. If Arsenal go to the Etihad and get beat, there's only a 3-point gap between themselves and Man City.
Yeah, another win, wasn't it? Another clean sheet as well. When you look at that win, especially when you look at all the other results, that happened around Arsenal this weekend, do you believe it's now their title to lose? I feel like this is really sort of gaining momentum at the moment, and everyone suddenly it's Arsenal's.
Yeah, I know it's difficult because I at the start of the season, and we're only in the end of October, and there's a long way to go. I predicted Liverpool. I can't just say after 4 bad results all of a sudden go to Arsenal. But let me tell you something. They are the informed team at the moment, and it might be Arsenal's to lose at this precise time. But it changes. It can change from week to week. But the way they're playing and not conceding goal and defensively strong and a threat from set pieces, obviously we're going to have a look at that. It is Arsenal to lose at the moment. It's the one time where I'm going to have to switch my phone off if Arsenal win it, because all my friends who are Arsenal fans who will come out of the woodwork will be messaging me. But they've got a great chance, and fully, if they go on and do win it, but it's still early in the season, but they have been outstanding. They go on and win it. They thoroughly deserve it. I think their recruitment this summer has been outstanding.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. You said the word, the lack of goals that they've conceded. I mean, it's still just 3 goals.
It's ridiculous
that they have conceded this season. Where do they rank for you in terms of the most solid teams in Premier League history?
No, they're definitely up there. Defensively, they're one of the best. And you look at it and you see the likes of David Raya, one of the best goalkeepers there is. Timber, who's outstanding, by the way. Gabriel and Saliba. Saliba goes off. Mascherano comes on, does well. Calafiori. Lewis Skelly can't get in there. And there's Ben White that can't get in there.
Yeah, I was going to say Ben White.
So look at these players that we're naming that can't get in. They've got good backup players and they've got strong 11 at the moment. The thing you worry about, and we weren't saying this before, but we were saying about Saliba. If Gabriel picks up an injury, that's when I worry probably for Arsenal. Even though they've got strength in depth, I think he is the leader. I think he's been outstanding. One of the best centre-halves there is in the Premier League at the moment, if not the best. I think he leads by example, the big blocks, and he's a threat from set pieces. And I did see Jamie Carragher say, if Arsenal win it, he could get PFA Player of the Year. And the way he's playing now, if he carries on doing that,
deserves it.
Deserves it.
Yeah.
He's been outstanding.
Right, let's bring Dave in now, because you've been having a little bit of a deeper delve into just how dominant this Arsenal team is at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite incredible, really. Arsenal 4 points clear at the top after 9 games. They look imperious, don't they? Bournemouth, Spurs and Sunderland as well, closest challengers at the moment. Mikel Arteta's side showing clear signs of improvement as well from last season. Take their results against Newcastle, West Ham, Fulham and Crystal Palace compared to those matches in the previous campaign. Arsenal have beaten all of them this time around, but dropped 10 points across those games in the last campaign as they fell away from the title race. It was yet another goal resulting from a set piece that beat Crystal Palace at the Emirates. Excluding penalties, they have scored 9 goals, the most in the league, and it is a 56% share. Again, the best in the division. In contrast, they have only scored 5 from open play, the 17th best in the Premier League so far. Arsenal's 56% share of goals from set pieces, absolutely unprecedented. No side has won the Premier League with that big a proportion. I know, we're only 9 games in. Looking back at some previous title winners, Manchester City's treble winners under Pep Guardiola scored 14 goals from set pieces. That's a 15% share. Arsene Wenger's last title in 2004 came with a 16% of their goals via that method of set pieces. That's the same, actually, as Manchester United's win under Sir Alex Ferguson 1999-2000. Chelsea's team from 2004-05 had a high percentage actually compared to the rest that we're pointing out here at 26%. They got 19 goals from set pieces in that season. John Terry scored 41 Premier League goals, including twice against Charlton at the Valley here in 2004. Terry heading in the corner as Chelsea won by 4-0. And regular viewers of the Premier League show know we are doing our Arsenal versus Chelsea projection. So let's check in, shall we, at the moment. Chelsea won the title in 2005 by conceding the fewest goals at an astonishing 15. Chelsea's line is here in the blue. We've got Arsenal's line in the red. Chelsea, by the way, by this point in the season here, had conceded just 2 goals at this stage of the season after match day 9. Arsenal, as we've been mentioning, have let in 3 at the moment. However, if they keep going at the current rate, Mikel Arteta's side projected to concede between 13 and 14 goals at the moment. And actually, that projection rate is coming down as the weeks go on. So not only are they beating at the moment, but actually it could well get smaller and smaller, that goals conceded, which would be absolutely amazing. And these are the chances that they are giving away, hardly even a chance. This, from Eddie Nketiah, counted as the only shot on target that they conceded in the month of October. How do you get past that lot?
I mean, I'll be honest, when I heard that was the only shot on target that they'd conceded in the whole of October, I had to Google it. I was like, that cannot be right. I mean, that's
That's
insane.
ridiculous. But that's how they defend. They defend ever so well. They defend from the front, and then once you beat that front, not having a shot, that's not even a shot. That is Eddie Nketiah challenging David Raya. And if that's the only chance that they've had, and it's not even a chance, it's not even half a chance, I don't even class that as a chance. Defensively, midfield, they're solid. Zubimendi, Declan Rice, outstanding. All over the pitch, everyone knows their job. And first and foremost, Mikel Arteta makes his team defend from the front, and that's what they're doing. But, yeah, brilliant. I still think when we're looking at that, they'll concede more goals than Chelsea did.
They'll fit more than the 15.
Yeah, I think
even though they're projected less at the moment.
Yeah, they're projected less, but I do think those concede
what's
I just think there'll come a time where they do have a few injuries and other different personnel will
They've
come
got
in.
injuries at the moment.
No,
You mean injuries?
defensive injuries. I think defensive injuries. I think if you lose key fullbacks, I know they've got players that can come in. I think that might cost them. Not in the long run to lose the Premier League, but I'm talking about conceding goals. I still think they're the favourites to win the Premier League, and they thoroughly deserve it at the moment. But we have to say, it's only October. Coming to the start of November. There's a long way to go.
Yeah, but it is looking good, isn't it? Interesting you mentioned injuries, because we almost forget that the captain's out injured at the moment in Martin Odegaard.
Yep.
Noni Madueke as well, who posted a picture from the stands the other day. Kai Havertz as well. All, you know,
these are all top players that
return at some point.
Yeah, and this is what Mikel Arteta wanted in the summer. When last season, when they lost Odegaard and Saka in particular, there was no one that can come in and fill those boots. I still don't think anyone can fill Saka's boots, but they have a player now in Eze.
But he has been out injured.
He has been out, he has been out, but he's been back recently while they've been on. Yeah, Madueke came in and done well. But I think where Odegaard's missing, Eze comes in and makes that position his own. He's natural in that position. He's getting goals. Odegaard has been in great form before he picked up the injury. That is what Arsenal wanted. And I think Havertz can come in and put pressure on Gyökeres. He needs pressure on him, Gyökeres, because when you're the only number 9 at the moment, you do get comfortable. I'm not saying he is comfortable, because he will be judged on his goals, but he does a lot more for Arsenal, just the goal scoring. He occupies defenders. So I think once you turn to look over your shoulder as Arteta and it's not going well for Gyökeres, you've got Havertz and maybe even Jesus, who could come back into it as well. They've got a lot of top players. Yeah, he's been missing. He's been out for a long time. So they've got a lot of quality players. I say Arsenal's recruitment has been top draw.
Yeah, they have become the set-piece kings, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Do you see a problem with this? Because, I mean, it's working, isn't it? But is there an element of an over-reliance, or...?
You could say it may be an over-reliance, but who cares? Because it's working. You can't defend it. When Gabriel comes up and Rice and Saka put the ball on the money and they get the first contact, you then think, as an opposition team, if they're going to win the first contact, you have to be marking everyone for the second contact, because they're a threat. Sometimes you just can't stop Gabriel from getting there and getting the run on you to have that. He's phenomenal. But the deliveries make a big thing in this, Emma. If you put the ball on the money, 9 times out of 10. Nick Pope comes into no man's land there, but Saliba does well. It's a brilliant header from Gabriel. It's difficult for a goalkeeper and it's difficult for teams to defend. And you have to work on it. This don't come overnight. Exactly, it don't come over a night. And the goal on the weekend, it's a set piece, but I don't think it is, because it's the second phase of play where it comes out and Eze's strike is great technique and it's a fantastic finish. But yeah, they're cooking at the moment, Arsenal. They are cooking at the moment, and they are doing well, and fair play to them. Everyone who said that Arsenal would choke again, they might be wrong come the end of the season.
Well, Liverpool are seemingly in free fall right now, losing each of their last 4 Premier League games. On Saturday, Arne Slot said, every game, it's a different problem. So we decided to go back through recent weeks and see each issue that has been highlighted by the Liverpool head coach.
For the rest of the time, we had ball possessions, playing the ball from right to left, but it's so hard to play through that low block. Small margins, as I said, Galatasaray, we go 1v1 to the goalkeeper, we miss, they get a penalty. Conceding in the last minute, a set piece, and extra time against Crystal Palace. And today, just in a normal extra time. They scored a goal where it could have gone either end. If you play United, that comes here with a low block, with playing a lot of long balls, then you know that is going to be difficult.
Teams have a certain playing style against us, which is a very good strategy to play, and we haven't found that answer yet. It's hard to win a game of football if the other team wins more duels, more second balls than you, especially if that is also something they are playing off. They took the game again with long throw-ins and set pieces. It should never be seen as an excuse, but if I say it was a soft penalty, I hope you guys are not going to tell me that is a soft or bad excuse. I don't know if that has been seen as an excuse, but from the last 6 games we played, it's been 5 away.
Are Liverpool running out of time already in this title race? Head coach Arne Slot has spoken about a number of reasons why his side has struggled in their last 4 Premier League games. But is it all valid? Well, Liverpool have been forced to build up against the low block for a significant period of time this season. They've spent almost a quarter of their time building up against a low set defence. Let's address then this long ball and how teams facing Liverpool have come with a clear game plan. In the horizontal, we have the number of balls in the air per 100 passes by opponents. In the vertical, we have the number of defenders bypassed per 100 passes by opponents. Now look where Liverpool are over here compared to the rest. Opponents of Liverpool play the highest percentage of passes in the air. Their average pass is also the longest distance. And opponents of Liverpool are bypassing swathes of the team in doing so, often hitting big balls over the top. And Slot is quite right to point out that 5 of their last 6 games have been away from home. Let's compare the 3 Premier League games to the corresponding fixtures. Last season, they were 1-0 victors at Selhurst Park. And remember 2 blockbuster late goals at the G-Tech by Darwin Núñez. Last season, that gave Arne Slot's side a 2-0 win at Brentford. In fact, Liverpool had the best away record last season, only losing 3 times. So what do we think? Are those quotes from Arne Slot fair about his team?
I'm not sure. I think it's excuses. I don't understand what he's trying to say. We're not winning the second. Well, that's up to you. You're not winning second ball. What do you expect teams to come up against? He said it about Man United. Man United went long ball. Man United are not the team that are going to out-football Liverpool and play them at their own game. Brentford are going to use a long throw on from Michael Coyote, who's got a great throw. Why would you not? If Liverpool are struggling to deal with it, why would you not keep using it? No team's going to try and out-football Liverpool. What they're going to do is play to their strengths, and that's what Keith Andrews' team did. It's now down to Arne Slot to find a solution to get his team winning again. No one ain't writing Arne Slot off, but there's big pressure on him because he won the Premier League last year, but that was Jurgen Klopp's team. He inherited it. I know he had to change it and build it, but now he's brought in new players, and these new players that are coming have not started yet. So now he has to find a solution and a better way to integrate them players and them start picking up points. But now I like Arne Slot and I think he's a very good manager. But some of his comments, it seems to me he's making excuses. I think you've got to look in-house first, look at your own team and say, we're not delivering at the moment as a team, and the teams against us are playing their style of football that's going to get them the points, and that's what they're doing at the moment.
Just to sort of go through the excuses then, because you mentioned him bringing new players in. So one of the issues, and you're saying excuses, he talked about not being able to deal with that low block, but they've brought Florian Wirtz in for £100 million.
That's what I'm saying. So you brought...
whose, I suppose, job it is to kind of unlock that and be able to deal with that.
Yeah, well, we just talk about Arsenal there. Arsenal brought Eze in to do that. And every team that plays against Arsenal plays with a low block. He can create stuff. Odegaard can create stuff. So that's down to Wirtz. At the moment, Wirtz is a good player and he will come good, but he's not playing well at the moment. But I think he's not playing well because the whole team are not playing well. Once the whole team start functioning, I think he will function. He needs to get that understanding with him and Isak when Isak's fit. I just feel all these new players that they brought in have struggled massively. I can't tell you the one new player that's found his feet is Ekitike, and the rest have been struggling. He's the one that you can say at the moment found his feet. But I wouldn't write Liverpool off because when they get it right, they do have the players. But something is not right at the moment, and it is down to Arne Slot to find that solution and sort it out. Because you see the tackle from Virgil van Dijk. Van Dijk never usually makes that tackle like that. Otara's going away from goal. He's going away, regardless what Arne Slot wants to say. It's on the line. I did think it was a close one. He's going away from goal. You never see Virgil van Dijk make those reckless challenges. And at the moment, he's probably feeling it as the captain as well. But he's still one of the best around. He is, but at the moment, it's just not going well for him.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because in previous seasons, it feels like Virgil van Dijk has been the man to kind of come to the rescue and sort of bail Liverpool out. But maybe Van Dijk and Konate both not in form at the moment.
No, they're not.
That's a bit of...
Yeah, but I think he's always covering for Kirkes. I know Kirkes scored on the weekend, but I think he's been a bit of a struggle for the football club. I'm thinking at the moment, maybe you go back to what you know in Robertson and let Kirkes just take him out for a bit. I'm not saying he's totally finished at Liverpool. He ain't, but I feel Van Dijk's always covering Kirkes, and I know he was doing that a lot when he was less younger. But now he's getting older and had a few injuries. Can't expect Virgil van Dijk to cover everything one-on-one situations. But I still think he's a top-class defender. And I still think if Liverpool didn't have Virgil van Dijk, they would have no chance of winning the Premier League. I think he's that crucial to Liverpool. If he ever picked up an injury, the title race would be over. So he is crucial to them, but it's just at the moment, it's not all gelling. And when it does gel, it will come good. But that's down to the manager to sort out, no one else.
Just picking up on some of the other sort of excuses and comments, you talked about the away games. I mean, this is a team who obviously won the Premier League title last season, but had the best away form in the Premier League as well.
Yeah.
So what do you make of
But he's saying he's had loads of. You can say you have loads of away games, but now you're going to have loads of home games. So that's just the way it comes out. That's just the way the fixtures come out. You're going to have loads of away games. Now you'll end up having loads of home games. It doesn't matter. Sometimes the away fans are better than the home fans. I'll be honest. When I play that football matches, sometimes you want to play from away from home because there's pressure at home because fans expect. So sometimes that can happen. So I'm not having that. It's just at the moment they're not in good form. They are not defending right. And obviously there's a bit of a problem at the football club now, but I feel Arne Slot will turn it around. I think all the best teams go through these spells, and it's Liverpool spells now, but it's just come at the wrong time where Arsenal are flying, and the gap is growing.
Yeah. Well, Jamie Carragher described the situation at Liverpool as a crisis. Here is what the fans had to say about that today.
Jamie Carragher's described it as a crisis. Would you go that far?
Possibly. Obviously, it's difficult to say. Obviously, it's only 4 games. There's still a long way to go, but yeah, it's just hopefully it'll all change.
I don't see it as a crisis. You've gone how long without really losing many games? You just have a blip at times. It's quite a new squad together, and they're all trying to fit in. You just got to give them time to blend. Maybe go back a bit to the bit last season and go back to the system you were playing, and then introduce them a bit gradually.
Do you think Liverpool are in crisis at the moment?
No, not at all. I think we'll have a words haven't gelled yet. When he'll be outstanding, he will. He just needs a bit more time. It's a different pace to the Premiership, to the German League. And he proved that when we played Frankfurt, when we played really well. He just needs time to adapt to the pace of the game.
I always love hearing from the fans just to see how they're feeling at the moment. How do you see this panning out the next couple of games before the next international break? How do you see this run going for them?
They need to start winning football matches because you're only as good as the last game, and they've lost the last in the Premier League. You can see like the fixtures they've got coming up. There is some tough games, and it is going to be hard for them. There's no easy games at all. So, as I said, listen, I do think Liverpool will bounce back. I did their game in midweek against Frankfurt, and then when they went a goal down, I was like, uh-oh. But they turned it on, and they did produce. But they have got some hard football matches coming.
City.
That's what I'm saying. Look at, but you know what? They're probably good games for them. And you probably look at me and say, because there's going to be pressure on them. Villa are in good form after just beating Man City. Man City need to bounce back as well. So there's a lot of good games to come up. And and they love playing against the big teams, Liverpool. So I think, yeah, this will show their mettle, but they do need to start bouncing back. And it's down to Arne Slot to get the best out of them. I wouldn't say it's a big crisis, but...
Well, it's like between a blip and a crisis.
Yeah,
what's the word for that?
Yeah, well, you tell me. You're more educated than me. You're asking the wrong person.
True, yes.